Hello, English 101 students. This is your professor, Michael Bloomingberg. And I know it's been a while since I made one of these videos, so I'll try to make these videos a little more often, especially for those of you who've already let me know that you find these videos useful. So what I'm looking to do in this video, since we're really changing direction this week with a new research-based project, is I want to go into the Week 10 folder and I want to make sure that everything is clear in terms of what this project is, and also show you a few things with the Opposing Viewpoints Database. So from Blackboard, I'm going to go over to the course content folder, and I'm going to go ahead and click on the Week 10 folder. And just to make sure everything makes sense, we'll pull up the course worksheet for Week 10, and we'll go over it together. The only readings for this week is the essay assignment sheet. We'll pull that up and take a look, make sure all the instructions make sense. Also, keep in mind that I extended for this week the critique essay 2 for any of you that want to go in and make some finishing touches. You have until Sunday at midnight to do that. And there is a discussion board assignment this week, which includes your research topics. And remember that for this week, you're focusing on any two topics that you might find interesting to research. In fact, maybe that's a good place to start, is to look at that particular discussion. It says spend some time in the society and culture. We're going to go into that database for Opposing Viewpoints in a moment. And then it says to identify two topics that you find interesting and are considering for your paper. What piques your interest in these topics? Which one are you leaning toward and why? And also, what challenges do you see in these topics? And list your topics in the order of interest. So I just wanted to show you that particular task that you have waiting for this week. With that being said, the submission for the Critique 2 essays there. If you've already submitted your essay 2 for the critique assignment, but you're making some changes, you can resubmit. There's an additional submission that's been established, and please keep in mind that I'll just look at the most recent submission. Now, for the research paper project, we're going to go ahead and click to look at the assignment sheet. And so basically what I'm asking you to do is to use the Opposing Viewpoints database to collect sources or information that you're going to use to support your point of view in this research paper. There's a lot more freedom in this paper than you're used to, because you're allowed with some boundaries and oversight to select your own topic. The only catch is, and I've underlined this for you, you're structuring an argument. That is to say that your research paper is persuasive, or one that can be argued with different points of view. And I want you to pick a point of view and defend it in your paper using articles from the database for support. The only topics that are off the table for negotiation are abortion, medical marijuana, and pornography. Do not select those as your topics, because I will not negotiate with you on that. Everything else is something that we can talk about. And so the paper itself is 3 to 4 pages, and you are required to use MLA, and 3 to 4 sources total for the paper. So with that being said, again, I'm going to go back. And I'm going to spend just a couple minutes taking you into the Opposing Viewpoints database. Well, let me see. I'll try that again. And for some reason it's locking me out, and I don't know if it's doing the same for you. So if it is doing that for you and not giving you the option, which is weird, to put in your username and password, let me walk you through the breadcrumb trail that I think you'll find helpful. I'm going to go to the Somerset homepage, and if nothing else, this video will give you a walk around to the snags that you're seeing in the database that's linked into Blackboard. Click on Academics from the Somerset homepage. From there, scroll down to where it says Learning Commons/Library and the notebook looking section of the series of links, and click that. From there, go down to where you will find databases and click that. And this is going to take you to the collection of databases. What a database is basically a server of academic journals, magazine articles that are peer-reviewed and well-researched, so that you'll find some viable information, much more so than you would just trying to do a Google search and finding this information on your own. So I'm going to click General Research, and I'm going to click on Opposing Viewpoints. And you will need to enter in your KCTCS username and password. Where I'm through the Somerset server, it just automatically loaded me in. But from there, you're going to scroll down to the bottom, and you can see that this doesn't look radically different than any other news website, such as maybe MSN or something along those lines. But you're just going to scroll down to where it says Society and Culture on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, and you're going to click View All. And this is going to provide you with an extensive listing of topics that go all the way down. They're alphabetically listed A through Z. Of course, abortion, medical marijuana or marijuana in any form, and pornography are not permitted for your use. But everything else we can at least talk about and negotiate. As you get into next week, I'm going to have you select your topic at that point, and we'll get you really narrowed down and start working on the focus of the paper. But here's the really cool thing. I'm just going to pick on one at random. I'm going to pick on ADHD. And by the way, you can see that these topics are updated very frequently. And some of them are even listed as new, like public broadcasting down here is listed as new. So the database is updated pretty much every day. Not every category or topic is, but at some point in time you can bank on new information being added. So I'm going to click on ADHD. And if you're thinking about trying to figure out a topic or your discussion board assignment with the two topics that you're looking to study in more detail, the best place to start is when you click on one of these topics, click the View More under the main heading. And so if you click that, it will give you a nice little introduction to the topic. And in this with ADHD, it's going to give symptoms, causes, and contributing factors, overdiagnosis, debate, so on and so forth. So it's really nice in that way. Now, the cool thing is, the database is broken down into different selections. So you have featured viewpoints. Those are the ones that are going to be especially centered into the controversy or the opposing arguments to each side. And then you got featured viewpoints. Those tend to be a little more general, but again, a good reference point for information. The academic journals are where experts in the field will write for other experts in publications such as Science Magazine. So they're going to be a little bit harder to follow. So if I'm going to show you what I mean. If I click the academic journal heading, you will notice that there is a little triangle in red beside of the articles. That means that this all pertains to what's called lexile management, or the difficulty in reading the passage. And so anytime you see those triangles in red, that means they're going to be a little bit more difficult to comprehend. But that doesn't mean you should shy away from them. You just need to know what the lexile levels mean. If you scroll down, you'll see that there are 2,600 news articles. There's a video. There's statistics, audio files. I'm just going to click on a... let's see, I'm going to click on the featured viewpoint from this came from the Washington Post. Here's some cool features when you find something that you think you might want to use for your paper as you're perusing the sources. There's a citation tool that will help you with citing the source. You can click to email and type in the to in your email address, and you can choose to get this article sent to your email as an HTML file or a PDF file. You can click to download it if you want to save it to your computer or flash drive or OneDrive. You can print it. Now the save option just puts it in the queue in the Opposing Viewpoints, in your Opposing Viewpoints queue, for where you can reference it later, and you can also hit the bookmark feature to help you with that as well. Another cool feature is you can actually listen to the article if you find that that's easier for you to concentrate. Click that listen option, and well, for whatever reason it's not working on my end, but generally it will work. But anyways, it shouldn't be any problem on yours. It's probably something to do with my speakers, but anyways, I just chose ADHD. There are tons of them. I could choose minimum wage, and it's going to be set up the exact same way, obviously with different sources and different availability of sources, but regardless, you're going to have plenty of information to choose from. So this is why you don't need to go to Google or Wikipedia, because you have plenty of reliable information at your fingertips. I want to stress to you that we're going to work on this paper in steps, so we're moving very slow up the rungs of the ladder, so to speak. So what this means is I just want you to have a couple of topics in mind for this week, and then from there we'll start narrowing down the focus as we move into the following week until we get you to the point where you're ready to start writing the paper. I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I hope this cleared up some of the questions that you did have, and I look forward to reading your discussion forum to see your two topics. Take care and good luck.